Happy Wednesday. I found a few rolls of paper towels. Like a few of the grocery stores around here. They're selling just like the individual rolls of paper towels anymore. And you can buy one at a time. So paper towels isn't really an issue anymore. Awesome. You'll see the garage is looking a little bit more cleaned up. I've got the piano out, I've got my violin behind me, and I've got the theme to the Violin Concerto by Beethoven here ready to go. This piece, at least this version of this piece, this particular melody, is in F. So we're going to start off today with some open string blues. Make sure your strings are in tune. We're going to play through the F scale a couple times. Remember, that is the one violin's viola. It's starting on low 2, and you've got low 1s and low 2s further up the strings. Cello, you're on the second finger, and there's some extensions with the first finger to get up there for those B flats. So we're gonna do the F scale, and then we're gonna dive into the theme from the concerto here. There's a couple little fingering techniques in that one that I want to point out to you. So here we go. Open string blues on this beautiful Wednesday morning. Here we go. And 1, 2, there we go. The scale I'm using is number 97 in the book. So it's 2 notes at a time. It's quarter notes going up. F, F, G, G, A, B flat, C, C, D, D, E, E, F. There's 1 F at the top and then a reset. So make sure you're playing 1 note at top. Reset that bow so that your next F on the way down, F, F, E, E, D, D, can be the down bow. Cool? So make sure you get that quarter rest, reset, bow lift, whatever we've been calling it. Cool? Here we go. 80 beats per minute. Were you making sure your B flats were low enough? Make sure that first finger gets high enough up the fingerboard to produce the low enough sound. Yeah? Let's click it up to 90 beats per minute. And 1, 2, here we go. funky about that one. As you bring your first finger and your second finger down, you might be tempted to drag your third and fourth finger along with it, and those might be a little low too. Make sure your third and fourth finger don't move. They stay in the regular spots. Cool. Just low 1, low 2, 3, 4. This one really stretches out our hand. Click it up to 100 beats per minute. 1, 2, here we go. Let's go up to 105. Smaller increments as we get higher. And 1, 2, here we go. One 110. 1, 2, and here we go. One 115, let's do 2 more. 1, 2, and here we go. And 1 more, we're taking it up to 120. 1, 2, 1, 2, and here we go. How'd you do? Did you stay with it all the way? Did you have to stop and go back? Did you have to repeat anything? Did you need to start slower than we did here? If you did, that's okay. Do whatever you need to do. Even if you need to go all the way back to the day 10 video where we talk about each one, where your fingers gotta be and that kind of thing. Yeah, cool, awesome. Let's move on to the concerto here.
Let's see. What should we do?
I'm just gonna read to you what the top of this teacher page says. A concerto is a composition and several movements for solo instrument and orchestra. Exercise 98 is the theme from the first movement of the Concerto for Violin and Orchestra by Ludwig van Beethoven. Cool, alright. A special feature of the concerto is the cadenza, which was improvised or made up by the soloist during the concert. Improvising and creating your own music is great fun. Try it if you have not already. The cadenza is not really a thing special to the Beethoven concerto. It's most concertos written, especially in this time, the first movement usually has that cadenza in there. At the end of this video, I'm going to link to a different video of Hilary Hahn playing this, so you'll be able to hear her cadenza and all that kind of stuff. We're just going to play what's actually written, though. So let's jump into this with our 4-step process of say it, nope, of clap it, say it, pits it, play it. Cool? So we're clapping it first. We can show a lot of things in our claps. We could be boring and we could see that the first 2 measures are just quarter, 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 2/8, and then 2/2, and we could clap it. But that didn't really tell us anything. Let's make our clapping musical. We start on a down bow, so maybe that first clap should be slightly heavier than the other claps, but we start with almost an immediate crescendo to forte. So we're going to be strong and then crescendo to even stronger. The 8th notes at the end of the first measure are slurred. So can you slur claps? I don't know. There's a difference, right? You can have a crisp clap or you can have a slurred clap. Cool? So here's the first 2 measures. Clap it. 1, 2, make it nice. Next 2 measures have the same rhythm, but the dynamics decrescendo. So the music went somewhere. Now in these 2 measures, it's coming back from somewhere. 1, 2, next 2 measures. Let's put those 2 together. We're going to start it here. We're going to move away, and we're going to come back. Ready? 1, 2, clap it, go. Second line, similar things. It grows, and then it comes back down. Second line, 1, 2, clap it, go. Did you see how I held out that last clap? It's a dotted half note, so we want to make sure we're holding it out for 3 beats. Bum, 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 1, 2, 3, release. Cool. Clapping the entire thing. 1, 2, and here we go. You can almost feel this piece breathe. It's inhaling, then it breathes out, exhale. Take another breath in and hold it, breathing out to the end. My neighbor's leaving. Step 2, we're going to say it. There's some B flats in this one, and we have some B flats that are some pretty quick quarter notes. We don't want to turn those B flats into 8th notes by saying B flat, so we're just going to call them B's. Can we all agree to that? A, B, C, da, da, da. Yeah, cool. We know it's B flat. B flat, put it in your head. Cool. Let's say it. You can say it as quickly or as slowly as you need, but try to stay up with me the first time at least. If you need to pause it and then say it slowly, you can. 1, 2, say it, here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, C, B, A, G, A, F, G, C. That's too low for me. A, B, C, D, E, F, C, D, B, G, C, F. Oh, low C is really low. F. I can't. It's too low. My voice doesn't do it. Maybe I started up here. Hey, let's try it again, and now we'll see how high my voice can go. 1, 2, say it with me. A, B, C, D, F, E, C, B, A, G, A, F, G, C, A, B, C, D, E, F, C, D, B, G, C, F. Just try to sing. I'm not good at it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And I wanna encourage you to do it too. You do it too. You try singing, even though you're gonna sound as horrible as I did. It's fun. Cool? One more time, we're gonna say it, but with our finger numbers instead of the note names. Remember, all of the 1s and 2s are lows if you're violin. We gotta get those F naturals, C naturals, B flats, that kind of. F natural at the top, E, low 1, even that one's low. So, look, again, they're all low. We're just gonna say the number, make sure you know that it's in your head and it's supposed to be low. Cool? Saying it last time, finger numbers, 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 3, 4, 2, 3, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 2. Step 3, we're gonna pitch it at the end of the first line. Your fingers are gonna be spread way, way, way out. You got a 4th finger there, a low 2, and then a regular 3. And then first finger's still way up here. See how far those fingers are spread out? Low 1, low 2, 3, 4. That's a big stretch. That kind of, it's aching. It hurts. It's not comfortable. But that's a good thing. Good thing. Because you're getting better. You're working those muscles out. Your hand's going to be sore. This is going to hurt. It's kind of a pain. But it's making you better. Cool? So your hand's very far stretched out. We just went from 4, 2, 3. Now to play the low C, it's down to the G string, 3rd finger. So you're 4, 2, 3, 3. We talked about this with another finger, 2nd finger, in Song of the Wind at the very, very beginning of the year. When you're going from one finger on one string to the same finger on another string, that finger has to hop, hopping from one string to another. Some of us like to think we can put a finger down and then kind of roll it down and hit that string. You're not going to get very good sound and connections between the 2 notes when you're trying to roll that down. It'll never sound exactly perfect. So, what we're going to work on, what we're going to be practicing here, is hopping our fingers. In that Song of the Wind example, it was hopping the 2nd finger from the A string down to the D string. In this example, we're already down here on the D string with our fingers all spread apart. We've got to hop that 3rd finger down to the G. You're gonna be tempted to just Bum, bum, bum. Don't do that. Bum, bum, bum. Hop. Bum, 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 bum. You want that little bit of separation between the notes. I never know where to look. Should I look at the camera or should I don't know. All right, you ready to pizzicato this? Step 3 of clap and say it, play it, pizzicato. Here we go. Let's find a good tempo. This is andante. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, it's too fast. It's not a march. You know what? It's number 98. Let's play it at 98 beats per minute. 1, 2, 1, 2, and here we go. You're hopping again at the end there, right? The end of both lines, from the G to the C in the first line, you're hopping with the third finger. From the C natural low 2 down to the low F, you're hopping second finger. End of the first line, hop the third finger. End of the second line, hop the second finger. Cool? Let's do it one more time. This is still pizzicato, making sure we're hopping. 1, 2, 1, 2, and here we go. Let's play it. Same thing. Your left fingers are doing the same thing. There's a couple of slurs to watch out for. It's all the eighth notes. Every time you've got eighth notes, make sure you keep that bow moving rather than changing direction. And we're good. Cool? Let's give it a shot. We'll play it once with the metronome. And then I want to show you something cool at the end. Cool? Here we go. This is the violin concerto, finally playing with the bow. Let's try it without the metronome. We'll slow it down a little more. The metronome is great for keeping us to play in time, but sometimes it holds us back musically because we want this melody to flow forwards and backwards and move and breathe, and we don't always live exactly in time. So let's try it without it. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Here we go. And we're going to do it one more time because even though it's Wednesday, it's actually Trumpet Tuesday. 1, 2, here we go. I've got one other thing to show you real quick. This is a pretty cool website called IMSLP. It stands for the International Music Score Library Project. All of this old classical music, romantic music, whatever era of music we're talking about, all of this really old stuff we play is pretty much completely free online. This is what the violin part of the Beethoven Violin Concerto looks like. That's just the first beginning. You can go on this line, you can download the whole thing, and you can see everything. At the top it says Violino Principale. That's the Italian word for principal violin, the solo violin. That's the main part. And you can see the first few notes, it actually says timpani. That's a percussion cue. So the violinist doesn't play yet. They're watching the music. They see the timpani play 4 notes. Then they have an oboe cue, so they can hear the oboe play. Their rests are down along the bottom of that first staff. You see a bunch of whole rests? That's so that, they don't play anything. And the more I'm looking at this, I don't think this is the solo part. I think this is the first violin of the orchestra, maybe. Because the solo part doesn't start with those tutti D eighth notes there in the second line. They don't start playing for a while. So I think this is the orchestra part for the violin. But it's 19 pages long. And you can see the entire thing. There's all kinds of stuff in there that we are not even close to learning yet. Look at all that. I'm glad I played trumpet. I gotta tell you guys, trumpet parts are a whole lot easier when it comes to orchestra playing. It's true. So I'm gonna put a link in the description of this video down below on the webpage. If you're watching on YouTube, I haven't put anything in the descriptions down there yet. I'm just doing everything on the webpage for now. This YouTube channel will get updated at the end of the year when this whole school year thing is over. But if you're looking at the MrOrchestra.weebly.com webpage, in the video lessons, right underneath this, there's the video details. I'll put the link to IMSLP so you can go and look at the actual music. You can see all the parts. You can see the full score, you can see the solo violin, you can see the individual parts. It's pretty cool. I'll also put a link to a good YouTube recording of it. I like it. There's a lot of other good ones. There's probably better ones than the one that I'm going to post you, but I like that one. Yeah. So check out Beethoven. The entire violin concerto is pretty cool. Ours, if you're confused by this, because ours, the melody is in F. This whole thing, we did the F scale, we're playing in F. The actual concerto is in D major, but the first time they play that melody...
Let's see.
Yeah, the first time they play that melody, they're starting on F. So it's... Music's crazy. It'll be in one key, but it moves around throughout the piece, and Beethoven's nuts. He's good. He wrote a lot of cool stuff, and it's complicated. But yeah. So check that out. I think that pretty much wraps everything up. We'll be back here tomorrow where we're playing some French folk song. That one's in a super easy D major. 5th grade, play along with the regular D major. 6th graders, I'm going to show you a bonus thing that I don't know, you're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. I don't know. But yeah, come on back tomorrow and we'll play some French folk song. That'll be fun. See you guys.